Hi everyone, it's Steph here from feancards.blogspot.co.uk and I'm just back today to share with you another project, and it's this one, this beautiful octagonal box with a clear window so you can see what's inside. The lid just comes off like so. So this one I used Melon Mambo and Whisper White. The stamp set was Perpetual Birthday, which unfortunately is retiring. And then for the acetate window, I used the Layer and Circles dies. Right, let's get on with showing you what you need to make it. Right, I've got some thick Whisper White here, and you need two pieces exactly the same. They need to measure 6.5 inches by 5 1/4. Then on the long side, you want to score it at 1.5, 3, 4.5 and 6. And then rotate it and score at 2 1/4. So we'll go ahead and actually, before we burnish these, I'm going to stamp my design on them. This is a bit of a sneak peek from what is coming in the new catalogue, and these are gorgeous. They're really big stamps. They're absolutely stunning. I'm using this one here and Kisses. And these are the dies that come in the bundle, and these are just, I love them so much. You've got the circle with Hugs in the middle. You've got, what's this one? The heart with Lovely, and the oval with Friend. So these, if you purchase these as a bundle, you do actually save 10%. So I'll just pop them to one side, and we're going to get cracking. I've already mounted up the flower and also the ink Kisses, and we're going to use one of the new ink colours, which is Lemon Lime Twist. This is a big favourite of mine. I love this colour. Just make sure it's inked up, and you just want to randomly all over your card. You could stop when you get to that score line if you wanted, because this bit's going to be the bottom. But that doesn't bother me. I'm not bothered about it having a bit stamping on the bottom. So just randomly wherever you want it. Piece of one up here. And we're done with that one. Then I'm just going to come in with me and Kisses and just fill in some of those gaps. I'm just rotating it as we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, just wherever you want it. I'm doing down the bottom there, that probably won't get seen. Do another little one here, and there we go. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to pop my ink away, because otherwise I'm going to get absolutely minging. I'll end up sticking my finger in. Just quickly right over my stamps there as well. Right, so once that's done, we can go ahead and fold and burnish our score lines. Have to excuse me, I think I'm getting a cold. Right, so that's all done. So these bits are going to be the wall of our box, and these bits are going to be the bottom. So taking your snips, you just slightly wedge on this rectangle here and completely remove it, wedging in on that side. And then again cut up all of these score lines, but basically in effect we're cutting away the score line. It just seems to fold better when we come to constructing the box. Do that all the way along. just take a wedge out of this side too. So then you will be left with something that looks like this. And for speed for the video, I've already gone ahead and done my second piece. So now what we can do is just get some adhesive of your choice and run it down this tab here. Oh, try not to stick it, just to fold that back over like that. And what you want to do is you want to line this up with this score mark there. And just take your time and make sure you get it nice and flush. There we go. And then we want some more adhesive on this tab here. It's all right to the top, we'll just get that on there. And then just fold that over and they should meet beautifully, just like that. Right, then what, I just like to fold all of these tabs back a little bit, and you want to try and get your shape how you want it. This for me is the most fiddly part of the whole thing. What I find is if I'm marry up the middle, then it's easier to do the rest. So I'm going to put a bit of fuse. Once I can get it sorted. Right, where is it? There, it's there. So just line them over like that. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to marry up all the opposite sides, and that will go to the basis felt box. So I'm just going to pause the video. I'm just going to put adhesive on all of these tabs and fold them down. I'll be back when it's done. Right, that's all done now. I've stuck all of the bits on the back, and that's the shape we get. What I've also done is I've cut a scalloped oval out of, a circle out of lemon lime twist cardstock, and I'm just going to pop that on the bottom just to make it look a bit more pretty. I'm using our Layering Circles framelit dies, and I have used this one here, the largest circle. Okay, so what we're just going to do is I'll just put some fuse on for quickness. You can use your Tombow, your tear and tape, any adhesive of your choice really. So I'm just going to line that up. And I just think it finishes the bottom off, makes it look pretty. Now I want to do something for the inside. So what I've done was, when I was pre-stamping, I got a scrap piece of cardstock and I just stamped some of the same design, and then again I used the largest scalloped circle, and I've went ahead and cut that out already. And what I'm going to do is just pop that in the middle like that. So we'll do that. And just Tombow might have actually been the better option. Gives you a bit more wiggle room. It's not quite centered, but it'll do. And that is the inside of our box done. So what we'll pop that to one side, and then we'll go ahead and construct the lid. Right, for the lid, this is lemon lime twist cardstock, and this needs to measure 6 9/16 by 1 3/4. I'm really sorry about the 1/16 of an inch. It was the only way I could get it to fit nice and comfortably. So what you want to do on the short side, you want to score it at 1 inch. 1 inch. And then you want to score it at 1 9/16, 3 1/16, 4 9/16, and 6 1/16. A tip that I use, rather than trying to count all of the, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see. So on the measurements for our box, it was 1 1/2, 3, 4.5 and 6. So what I've done was, it's these tiny little bits here that is the 16th. So I went up to 1.5 and then just moved that one little mark over, if it makes it easier rather than standing counting how many. The same with on the base, it was scored at 3, so I just scored it on the next little mark there. I hope that makes sense. I just found it easier that way. You're going to need 2 of these as well. So we're just going to burnish our score lines. Just like that. Then what we want to do on the smaller section, you've got a 1 inch section and a 3/4 of an inch section. We want to cut away this bit here, so slightly notch in and then slightly angle it there, and then basically cut up all of these, cutting away that score line, making it effectively like little tabs. I'm so excited for the new catalogue coming out in June. There's so many beautiful products in there. If any of you haven't got a demonstrator and you haven't got a catalogue and you would like one, please comment on this video or go over to effieandcards.blogspot.co.uk and request a catalogue, and I'll happily send one out free of charge to you. Right, purposes of the video again, I've gone and I've cut another one. So as before, we want some adhesive on these 2 tabs. I'll just use my fuse because it's handy. We'll do them both at the same time. There we go. Oh, without sticking it to your grid paper. That would help. So like before, you want to line this one up on that tab there, so it's nice and even, and then again just fold that over, and when you bring this over, that should be a perfect match. Oh, and there we go. This is the basis for our lid. Right, the thing I found easier with the base to do the lid, what I've done was I put it over. You've just got to manipulate it because it doesn't really want to go over. If you just give it a bit gentle encouragement, it will. Oh, 1 second. I push it so it comes up. You can see it's a lovely little snug little fit. Right, there we go. I just find it's easier because then I've got something sort of to work off. I could have used the cream I'm going to put inside, but I didn't think of that. Right, what I've done here, I've went ahead and I've pre-cut a few little bits. This is that Hugs die I showed you. I just used one of the layering circles to create this lovely little border. I used the largest scalloped again, and then I used the largest straight edge and just put a piece of acetate behind there. What's going to happen is I'm going to glue this on top of here, and then that is going to stick on top of there. Okay, and then we've got this one to go in on the inside. So I'm just going to pause you while I stick this onto there, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. What I've went ahead and done is I've just used my Tombow to put that over the top like that, and then what I've done is I've used it because I didn't like it when I put it on. I could see the edges of the tabs, so to get this white circle here, I just die cut 2 circles and then I've placed it on the back. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to apply some glue, and we're just going to stick it onto the lid like that. Okay, so let's get ahead and do that. Just apply some Tombow. Just have to be careful that it doesn't go onto the bottom Actually, I'll take that off because I'm terrified now in case that sticks to it. Bring in my tub of cream, and we're just going to lie them flat, get them all down, and just stick that. You will have to keep hold of it a second, being Tombow, but it just sits on there nicely, and hopefully a bit of manipulation after the first time, just make sure that it is going to fit. Like I said, sometimes you just need to manipulate it a little bit. And that is the outside of our box. Last thing I want to do, just to tidy up this inside as well, is I've got that other frame, and I'm just going to, oh, actually no, I'll just leave that one because I didn't die cut another circle from the inside, which I should have done. This one I made a bit bigger because the only thing I had that I could put in it was this Soap and Glory Righteous Butter. It's absolutely beautiful. That fits in there just nicely, and then just line that up, and now we have, I'll just move these out of the way, our gorgeous little box in lemon lime twist, and using the lovely inside and out bundle, and this is the smaller one we made. Right, I hope you guys like it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.